Good afternoon from Yummy B TV. Wishing you all well today. Sending loads of love as usual. Now, we got round to the bits of the Northeast. You know, you're jogging my memory more and more, so there's got to be part twos to certain things and threes, because I just come up and do it spare the moment as I remember. So that'll give you a bit of something, and then we'll get better and better, of course. Remember Glasgow, Manchester, Liverpool, that's all to come. But we've got to be careful about touchy subjects, you know, where sadly, you know, there's a lot of politics around certain things. Uncle Yummy has to weigh it up a bit with certain places before he delivers. But remember this, I am only telling you what I know from what I saw in there, in the cates, and from all concerned who were part of the big hierarchy in there, the major players from Manchester, Liverpool, London, Leeds, Birmingham. You know who they are, the major figures who played a part. If you lived that life, if you was in the cates, if you heard certain things, Uncle Yummy comes up and clarifies it. So we move around the country a little bit, more questions coming in. He's been mentioned in a couple of my other videos. Lancaster, Morecambe, Cumbria, not far from Manchester. I was thinking it was from Preston, Blackpool, that way there. It shows how my geography is pretty bad. But yeah, Uncle Yummy talks today about Tomo, you know what I mean, in the cates. What a lovely man, doing a life, you know, early doors. Big-hearted man. But my days, I've got to put him somewhere near the top. You're asking me, I've got to tell you by what I saw. So what I saw, right, this man had the full package, right? So he went jail young, as he's doing well now. He's changed his life around, that kind of stuff. But during that time, straight away, connection, right? We just locked on straight away. He's got that. He's not a light man. He's about 13, 14, 15 stone with the physique, with the Clint Eastwood kind of looks. If you get a young Clint Eastwood where he's so cool and calm, big-hearted man, wears his heart on his sleeve, would do anything for the underdog as well. It has to be said, you know what I mean? But no, don't suffer fools gladly, you know what I mean? Because he stepped in for a few people along the years, you know what I mean? And he wore his heart on his sleeve during those occasions. I'm not here to say whether he regrets it or whether he thinks or not, because I ain't spoken to him like that, if you get what I mean, since those times. But what I can tell you, when you're talking this, and when you're talking respect, the likability factor, the charismatic figure, I can't see, you know, when you're talking about this one could have it, that one could have it, I say it too. But when I match them up against nothing, but I see you fight, too, and I'm thinking, nah, I just can't see it. But who knows when the big weights, when the big ones fight with each other. But anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty, right? So we know what happened with GN and Slaney. We know what happened with Sam. We know what happened with Jono, who I put Jono as my top Lincoln man as well. Just fair to say that, right? And Stephen Lydia Manchester, you know, they like Warren Slaney, right? They are the kind of guys, they like you too, though. That's the funny thing. So everybody's fighting that day. But they like you, Sam. They like you this, they like you that. But they you know, they got a soft spot for Warren. So how does it look when you know, all right, because there's big names fighting, I'll leave this one alone, kind of thing? They're not those kind of men. Their dignity and their well-being and feeling ill about not being true to themselves because you're involved in this little madness that's happened, you're still going to say to yourself, well, boy, I still got my man. You know what I mean? Warren, I'm still going to back it to the best of my ability. And we know, everyone would tell you that Tomo gives you a chance to swing even. But he's still 3, 4, 5 times. Knockout man, one punch. You know what I mean? Nothing lands. And he's like more of a heavyweight, but so light on his feet, believing that he's a boxer and a traveller as well, between me and you lot, right? But his lovability factor and the likability factor, so many times along those years. Uncle Yummy reports today, you know, when I was having those bad little runs, Slaney, all of them, Yummy, I'm your Huckleberry, what do you want me to go and do that? You know, they buy out things for me, and all of them, it's fair to say, they could all Tomo. They'll say to me, what, Yam, I don't really like that, you know what I mean? That's how it was with me. We're not going to hide nothing here. Come on, man. I remember times when Tomo used to call me and say, Yummy, hold on, I got a man. I know a man who could sort that for you. Don't bother going there, man. I don't like you going there. You know what I mean? The realists, the proper ones, the truest ones that you know when you've seen it. I see him knock out a man from South London, put him on the floor. You know what the man said on the floor? He said, oh, I'm going to get GN onto you. I thought you was a Stonewall killer. I remember Tomo going like that, scratching his face, going, oh, I keep hearing this about when this happens and all that happens. Tomo just so cool. Trust me. No, you want nothing budges with him, if you get what I mean. It's just a light bit of work for him. He doesn't see it that way. Get it twisted. Even the big man from Manchester loved him. So why is that? You know what I mean? All the big, what is it then? Some of those jailhouse politics, man, I just kind of, you know what I mean? I look at the person that I saw, and I have to say that this guy was the proper thing. And I beg any of you to tell me any different. Come on, man. Let's talk the real talk in this thing here, right? Even after the thing that thing in the, when everybody was fighting that day, John O'Slaney, Sam, everybody was, and they didn't really want to fight. You know, like it was that and Warren and all that, right? No one won that day. If anything, everybody didn't come. But yet, the big man from London walked up to him and said to him, I heard you threw a couple of punches at other people. Did you swing one at me? No, but I swung at other people. Yeah, I didn't get round, whatever, to you. But he looks you in your face and he was waiting. Imagine that. How honest is a man like that to say, yeah, I've got to give him his respect. I'm waiting for the punch. But no, if you touch me, you know what I mean? You're going, you know, that kind of thing. You're asking me if that could be matched up in a straight, and I can't, I'm being honest, man. You know what I mean? I can't see it. I can't see it, man. Ask Uncle Yami. You know I'm going to tell you by what I know, what I saw from exchanging them. But all right, but remember, some men are getting older, some younger, some are more physically supreme. Like Tomo, super fit, rowing machine, circuits, boxing. It's a boxer on the sly, right? Right, all them kind of skills, but morally correct. He won't do nothing to you if you don't bother him, man. Or his dignity's not in doubt. And with the looks, of course, as well. Uncle Yami says that in reality, you're asking me from down that neck of the woods, I could never, ever see anything more than the great Tomo in what I saw in there. So you lot, whatever it is from in there, I know a lot of you watch me. Can they? Really? Come on. It wasn't that. You lot down in the valleys, you lot know that too. This guy was a different kettle of fish. And this is what we was talking about down the northeast yesterday about how, yeah, but what about the big names, Yami, Newcastle and things? No, you can't, doesn't go like that sometimes. You might be bright lights, your name might be called, but there are dark horses in there that come from little places, small places that would knock your head off, man. No, it's got to be said, man. I can only tell you what I saw in there. Those big names are big. Yeah, man, they've done their thing and all that. But I can only tell you what I saw, not just what I've heard. I know who's who and where's who, where would it be. But I can't say to you, yeah, I saw him ever around. I never saw him ever around, the big name you're talking about. I never saw that. But I saw these guys in the mix all of the time. And when they got you, they got you. So in my books, one of the realest, properest, truest, loyalist, hardest, baddest, coolest, looks like the part and is the part without a shadow of a doubt, respected by all around the country. Uncle Yami tells you today, one of the greatest, hardest of all time, coolest, whatever we just said. Uncle Yami puts Tomo near the top of the tree. Sending loads of love. Coming up, more stuff in a minute.